Okay. Welcome back to the Cack Shack. Uh, in a turn of events, I'm going to be interviewing Kat today.
Uh-oh. Think I might have my hands full there.
Maybe. Um, no, we want to do this because, we took off and we started doing it. And this time, let's get some background on you.
Dum dum dum.
My lovely wife drives me nuts. But, so, honey, what led you to doing this, to wanting to do this?
Well, for many years, I actually wanted to pursue singing. Um, I did singing all through high school and college. I majored in music and theater, moved to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Instead of everyone goes to Nashville to pursue singing. So I figured I would go to Gatlinburg and get into the theaters. But when I went out there, not knowing, talking to people, they were already in contract. So I moved out there for the 3 months and decided to come back. And years later, I ended up getting an endoscope, which somehow messed up my vocal cords, where now I feel like I can't sing. And I wanted to still do something in the production of arts, talking. I love socializing with people, meeting new people. And that pretty much led me into wanting to build a podcast studio. And when COVID hit, all the more everybody started just taking off with it. And I thought, what kind of topic platform can I build off of this? And that's where I met you, and you started to build my lovely studio.
Yes, I was contracted. I was
Yes,
contracted out because at the time I was kind of running my own business, so to speak.
correct.
Um, so through all that, what, when you decided you wanted to do podcasting, okay, you told us how you kind of came to this. What led you directly to podcasting instead of and like audio engineering or um, radio? I mean, this is kind of like radio in a sense, but
Correct.
what brought you to the destination of podcasting?
It was before I met you, I started doing the whole world of internet dating, and the lovely people that I encountered out there. I could not believe the insane comments that I would get.
Like what?
Um, People would, this one girl actually asked me, she was married. She wanted me to make her husband jealous and meet him at a bar and hit on him so it would basically piss her off. And I'm thinking, okay, so you want me to put myself in an environment and then you go psycho on me and your husband. That's great. Scenario like that. I had people saying that they want to lick the soles of my feet.
Oh my God.
I've had them where one guy was a limo driver and he said that he would take me anywhere if he could be my slave.
Oh wow.
I've had,
Well, hold on a second. If he could be your slave, I
yeah,
mean, and there's plenty of people out there that would capitalize on that.
yeah, no. Um, I, it was just ridiculous the different kinds of messages I would get, which in turn, I was thinking that this can't be for real. Like, this is dating nowadays. And the, the, the amount of messages I would get from Tinder to Plenty of Fish and couple people are like, well, why don't you join farmers.com and, Christians.com. I was at the point, I'm like, you know what? Just to see what kind of people are out there. Sure. Let's give it a try.
So you went on farmersonly.com?
Yeah, I did. And they were no better, especially even Christians.com. You would think that it wouldn't be so bad, but it was crazy. And
I can imagine.
That's kind of where I started to think about the podcast of having a show called Internet Dating Fails.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's all these shows for or segments talking about speed dating and everything, but not the craziness that are behind all of it. And then not too long after that, that's when you and I met. So I got off the platforms of the dating shows and now here we are, and the rest is starting to be history.
Yeah. I would say starting probably about 2018, 2019, that the dating pool definitely has Malort in it.
Yes. I feel sorry for not our generation, but the kids' generation.
Well, it's a whole new world, and with the dawn, not the dawn of, but basically the dawn of social media and all the wide variety of platforms that have come out,
right?
It's definitely made things a whole lot more interesting, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And all the weirdos come out to play.
In that, they definitely did. I actually did go on a couple dates with people.
Yeah.
One was I don't know if he was a detective or a retired cop. And we met up at some bar in Orland. I'm not big on ordering meals when I would go on the dates because it was kind of, well, if I'm not interested, something goes wrong. It's a quick, kind of exit. I ordered a drink and just a small little appetizer that was, I think, maybe $5. He ordered several drinks, a full-on meal. And then towards the end of the evening, he's like, well, I have to go to the bathroom. When the waitress comes, grab the check. Okay. So I watched him just to make sure he wasn't going out the door and, sticking me with the bill. He went in the washroom and the waitress comes and she hands me the bill and she's still standing there. I felt kind of awkward. So I, took out my wallet and the bill was, I think it was $55, $60.
Oh,
now, mind you, I got one drink and an appetizer. My portion probably was $15, $20 the most.
Right. But I'm saying $50, $60 for that, what you had.
Correct.
And several drinks and all that. I'm just saying that's not bad for a bill in general.
Nowadays, yeah. And waitress is standing there, so I gave her my card, and she runs it. And how convenient that as soon as I got done paying the bill, he comes back and he goes, oh, you shouldn't have. And I'm thinking, well, yeah,
no
thanks. Shit. He's like, well, I'll get the tip for you then. I felt so bad. He left the waitress $1 tip.
You've got to be kidding me.
I'm thinking, come on, are you going to be like that? At that point, I'm already done. I'm irritated.
And he was a detective.
Yes. Officer, detective, one of the two. But still, So we get outside, and normally I'm not one to put myself in a situation with somebody I have no clue who they are. But he asked, do you want to sit in the car for a few? It's raining, so I said, okay. Get into his car, and we talked for a couple minutes. Next thing I know, he starts trying to cop a feel on me.
Of course.
I pushed his hand away, and he goes, what? And he was super serious. He goes, are we 10 or something? And I kind of was appalled because I'm thinking, well, excuse me, I don't know who you are really, and that's not what I'm about we were just meeting for the first time. And I kind of brushed it off, tried changing the topic. And he's talking to me. A couple minutes later, he tries to attempt it again. At this point, I said, you know what? You have yourself a good night. I'm going. And that was date 1. And I'm thinking, okay. And date 2.
Same guy?
No, a different guy. Mind you, okay, I'm 5'7". At the time, I was always wearing the high-heeled boots and that. I went to make plans with this guy, asked me to dinner, and we were talking. I'm thinking, okay, flats or heels. And in conversation, I asked him, we were asking each other how tall we are. And he said 6 foot. So I'm like, okay, perfect. I'll wear my heels for the night.
I wish I was 6 foot.
And then I get out of the car because I saw him pull up. And as soon as I saw him get out of the car, I was just cracking up. You got to be kidding me. You are not 6 foot. He was about 5'4". I towered over him. And I immediately called him out on it. I said, 6 foot, huh? He goes, well, I mean, I could be. I'm thinking you could be. Yeah, if you stood on a ladder or stilts or,
No, hold on. Okay, come on. At what point, or at least you have a very good inclination that you're going to go out on a date with this person you're messaging, you're talking to.
Right.
Of all things to lie about, fib about, whatever you want to call it, you lie about your fucking height.
Yeah.
And not even like...
A little bit.
I'm 5'7", okay? I'm 5'7", 5'6", 5'7", somewhere in there.
Yeah, I'd say about 5'6", you're just a smidge shorter than me.
So it's not like I'm 5'8". Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm 5'4". No, let's go with 6 foot. That'll get it.
Yeah, so...
and I want to know what this dude was thinking when,
I give him props because he didn't shy away or anything like that, but it made me feel very uncomfortable because I'm walking in with him and I'm literally towering over him, and there was dancing, and he asked me after dinner if I wanted to dance. I said, yeah, I'm not that good of a dancer. I don't think so. And at the end of the night, I politely, declined the second date because thinking you had to lie about that. Come on.
I just want to know one thing. Did he jump to try and kiss you?
Oh my God. I didn't even let him get that close to me because I felt so awkward. I was doing the, slouching and kind of...
So why didn't you take your boots off?
Because we were out and I wasn't going to give him the chance if he had to lie about something like that. Yeah. And there was a couple other epic ones here and there, but yeah, so needless to say, I'm glad eventually we made our way back to one another after all these years, because I hit a point in my life I figured I was going to be single. There's no way in hell I was going to go back to internet dating.
So what all internet dating sites did you have an account with?
Holy crap. Probably any and all of them. It was Tinder, Plenty of Fish, Christians.com, thefarmersonly.com. There was a couple other older ones, I think, that I was on too, and I can't remember what they were.
I had a Plenty of Fish account a while back. I was still in the Army, actually. And, hold on. You know how my brain works sometimes. I gotta unscramble it.
Yeah. Hamsters running backwards.
It wasn't. I did have a Plenty of Fish when I was in the Army.
Okay.
It was a different site. See, I'm overlapping my memories here, and I hate it when I do that. But it was, I'd say 2016 about-ish, somewhere in there. 15, 16, late 15. somewhere in 16. I couldn't tell you what platform it was now that I think about it. But one of my pictures was a picture of me at a waterfall in Tennessee,
Okay.
and I just had my swimming trunks on, and I had some aviator sunglasses on. And I'm standing there, and I'm looking down. It's a cool picture. Well, anyways, I had that picture. I don't know if it was my profile picture or it was just one of the pictures in my picture album on there.
Right.
And this chick, was she messaged me or commented or something like that? Like, oh, nice ad or something like that. Like saying that that wasn't me. That I used like an ad for like cologne or some shit like that, trying to put it off as it was me. I was like, that's definitely me, but whatever.
Well, that happened to me on another one of the dates that I had with somebody else.
Yeah.
Completely different person than what their profile picture was.
Yeah, catfished.
Yes. We did meet. We made like a specific spot to meet. So when I approached and I saw somebody just standing there, kind of looking around, I asked his name. He said, yeah. I said, wow, you look very different than the picture you have on your profile. Oh, well, that was my friend.
What the fuck?
Okay. So why did you post a picture of your friend? And again, you're going to meet this person. You're going to find out you are not who you just posted, who I'm thinking. Like, I don't understand why people would catfish all the time.
Oh my God. Like, once again, like the dude, like, yeah. I'm 5'7". I'm going to lie and say I'm 5'9". No, you're 5'4". You're going to lie and say you're 6 foot. Like, come on, dude. Like, at some point, it's got to click in your brain. I don't care how dumb you are. At some point, it's got to click in your brain. Like, I'm going to go on a date. She's going to see I'm not 6 foot. But that's even worse.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're both pretty messed up.
Yeah.
So you got the guy that you got Detective so-and-so, Detective douchebag that
stuck me with the bill, left a dollar
with
tip.
The bill and tried to get like
freaky,
way too handsy.
Yes.
You got 5'4" guy that says he thinks he's 6 foot, and I like his attitude. It's like the old McDonald's slogan. Hey, it could happen.
Nice.
And now you got a guy.
The catfish guy.
Now you got a guy. Oh, that was my friend's. That's my friend's picture. Like, dude.
Yeah.
Once again. So what? Like, I want to know where these guys' heads are at. Like, what they don't know how to plan. Clearly, fibbing or something like that on something like. Okay, but I'm gonna put my friend's picture up there. No one will ever notice.
Never.
Oh, sweet. Score. I'm going on a date with this chick. Nowhere in their brain did they process that.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And then the last one that kind of stuck out was one guy. He was the manager of, what is it? The Renaissance.
Mm-hmm.
He was a manager for one of those. Nice guy. But there was still something kind of, I don't know. Yeah. You know how you get your intuition going. And
I never listened to mine.
Oh, I always listen.
I've paid for it dearly.
And so I did the, Googling of the name and everything like that just to see if he really was a manager and all the stuff. And I would do my research before I went out. As these terrible dates happened, that's when I started researching more along the way. Like, what can I find out about this person? And he purchased a concert ticket. And he said, well, if you want to bring a friend, I'll get the tickets. So I said, okay. And my friend and I and him, we met up. We met him at the amphitheater. We had a great time at the concert. And during the concert, he said, well, I'll buy you guys a drink. Okay. Well, as he gave us the drink, in the back of my head, I was thinking, oh, I know what they say, never accept a drink from somebody because if it's open, you never know.
Right.
Well, we ended up after the concert going back to drop him off. I don't know how it happened. Wherever we were, we followed him. And then whether we were going back to his house or we went somewhere, I can't remember. It was that long ago. But I remember getting back to his place, and my friend and I, we only had one drink. We felt like we've had a whole shit ton all night long. She goes, do you feel a little weird? And I'm like, yeah, I'm really kind of nervous right now because I was driving. And I says, I feel just really, she goes, off, like something happened to our drink. And I said, yeah, like we are not going in. Let's just say goodbye and go home. We're not feeling good. And we ended up going home, and I think he put something in our drink. So after that,
sounds like it.
Yeah, I was very leery about anybody buying drinks. And then that's when I was like, no, you know what? If I'm not going to be right there and it's going to be right in front of me and I'm not leaving it, I won't drink it. So I've had a couple different points here and there.
So what did he do as a profession?
The manager?
Oh,
yeah, he was
right.
the manager of the Brenna Center.
What about the previous two?
Those I don't even remember, honestly. That I don't know.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
All right.
So this is kind of a better version of the podcast about talking about nothing and everything, because if I would have stuck with the internet dating, if we didn't, meet each other, get married and everything, it would be different. I probably would have been a shit show to have all these different people. But here we are.
Moving forward, what are some things you would like to accomplish with this?
I would really like to find ways to influence people, to help people. Mm-hmm. One thing I do have trying to be in the works is a segment about hometown heroes.
Right.
Find people that may not get the recognition about what they do for their career or job, and I would like to give those people the recognition. And
well, the fire departments and the police departments, they get recognition, they get their praise, but what more are you looking to do? Just kind of more bring them into the light more?
I would actually like to do behind the scenes. If it's allowed, to find out maybe about, there's Chicago Fire, there's Chicago PD.
Right.
We get the, general idea of what happens, but they don't show like behind the scenes. Okay, so you're at the firehouse. What do you do there? What got you to wanting to be a fireman or, a police officer, or not even just with that. Maybe there's a local hometown hero of, say, a mother that her children are grown up, but she's going out and delivering food for people or stuff with animals. So it's not just necessarily stuck into, firemen, police officers, the very big things. I want to kind of dig down a little bit. And so that's one kind of area that I'd like to go to. And the other would be meeting people and just having fun with different interviews. We were out at Midtown, and we went the other night for karaoke.
Yeah.
And there was this female there, and she had a great voice. Everybody there had great voices. They were doing songs that I'm like, gosh, I'm so jealous. I wish I could be that person karaokeing again.
Let's do some Janis Joplin.
I don't know. I don't think anyone.
Embrace the way your voice is.
Sooner or later, I will. Sooner or later. but I approached her and, I told her that she's got a great voice and I would love to have her on the show sometime soon. It's just different things like that. Being out, I love finding out about people and what they do or what got them to where they are. I want to help people one way or another, and maybe different topics that inform people. Like the one thing we were talking about, anxiety. People aren't aware of that, or the PTSD. So it's just a show to inform people and to have fun at the same time and keep things light, but be serious at the same time.
Yeah. I know it's come across my ears a couple times from a couple different places. Bringing some, every now and then, bring a local band on here.
That would be great. I mean, I have the room for this, and that would be a great opportunity to do that. And
actually, yeah, well, I actually meant just for interviews, but I see where you were going with that.
Have them do like a little,
acoustic set.
Yeah, that would be good too.
That would be really good.
But
help them kind of get out there more.
Yeah. So we have Yellowstone on tonight.
Oh boy,
I don't know what time too that Yellowstone is on. I think they said 7:00.
Well, it's streaming, so we could start whenever.
Yeah, but all the viewers are probably going, we've been waiting for how long? And I've rewatched that show so many times that I'm like, I cannot wait. So we have to make dinner yet and get that all ready to go, because 7:00, I want to sit down and be glued to that TV. But I don't know if it's just one episode. I wonder if they release all of them. I can't remember how it goes.
I don't know.
And I'll be really mad if it's one episode and we have to wait.
Oh, you're going to have to wait. Yes. Hi, Shannon. How are you, sweetheart?
Oh, we have some people on. I haven't even been watching this. I'm too busy getting interviewed today.
So, yes. I mean, I'm pretty excited for the new, which from what I understand is supposed to be the completely last season.
But I did hear they're talking about spin-offs.
Oh, I'm sure they are, because the guy that does the writer director, shit, now I can't think of his name, but he has a bunch of shows.
Yes.
So he did, his number one show right now is obviously Yellowstone. That's his big bank money right there. But he also did the 1883. I think it was 1893. There was another one. I can't remember what it was called. 1923. And they all were like backstories of Yellowstone.
Mm-hmm.
And really good actors in it. For example, the 1923 had Harrison Ford playing in it.
See, I didn't watch. You were watching a couple. I haven't. I don't think I've watched those. It didn't have Rip in it, so I didn't really care.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Just give me Beth and Rip, and I'm good to go.
I'll tell you what, I'll take Beth. You can have Rip.
I don't even. I know everyone's upset that Kevin Costner is going to be out of this one, but I was just thinking, you know what? Just keep Rip and keep Beth in the show, and I'm good. And that's where they're talking about doing possibly a spinoff with them too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait. So excited.
What else we got coming up?
I don't know.
How do you not? You're supposed to know everything.
Do I have something else coming up and I don't know about it? I mean, I know I have a calendar of everything going on, but I don't know. My brain sometimes just malfunctions with everything.
Yeah. It's your blonde coming through.
Yeah, I know. I'm a natural blonde. I know. I can't help it. Old age and naturally blonde.
It is what it is, honey. It is what it is. So, you started the Cat Shack.
Yes.
How'd you come up with the name Cat Shack?
I hate my full name of Catherine. The only time is when my father would try to get my attention or work. And I figured I love the just being called Cat, and I wanted it to have something incorporated with my name, and I was just figured the Cat Shack. It just came up naturally.
For those of you joining us recently, what's going on today is I am interviewing her. That way,
yeah, I just kind of jumped into starting the show without doing kind of the bio about myself.
That way y'all can kind of get to know her better, where she's coming from, why she's doing this, and what her goals are. Give us another goal that you're looking for. So you want to connect people.
Yes.
And you want to kind of really bring the unsung heroes out and give them some light. What else?
I would love to inform people about health issues as well. I've had my fair share of different health issues, and from past to still going through things. And I've done a lot of research on my own to be able to say, hey, and go to the doctor and say, I think I might have this. Could this be a possibility? And, the doctor will be like, you know what? You might be on the right path. Let's move forward from there. And reading stories about people that have had the same health issues they would battle for years trying to find a diagnosis. And therefore, that would be some topics to talk about, of different health topics to go on.
I recently read that there, I don't know the 100% facts on this, but it's looking like we're going to have some major changes coming up within the healthcare and within the pharmaceutical corporations, for the better.
I hope so. I really hope so, because I've gone through boxfuls of different medicines, of trials and errors, and which has led me to having an autoimmune disease now by a drug-induced medicine.
Which is also kind of the same thing that happened to you. That it was, I'm not going to say misprescribed with malintentions, more of a, if I'm not mistaken, it was trying to figure something out, but in the process of that, there was a prescription that caused you to develop Stevens-Johnson's disease.
Correct. My blood pressure was uncontrollable, and they were trying to figure out which medicine would work the best, because my blood pressure used to be 200 over like 100 and something. I can't remember the bottom number. And I would call an ambulance because I'd feel like my head's going to explode. And the paramedics are like, hey, my blood pressure cuff is broke. Do you have another one? I'm like, no, that's just my normal. They're like, that is not normal. I'm like, well, that was my normal. So through the trial and error, I was taking this blood pressure medicine, and I remember being at work one day, and all of a sudden the palm started itching. And within seconds, it was like I touched poison ivy. I started breaking out in these rashes, and it was like all in my hands, my arms, and that. A coworker is like, well, I have some, was it Campho-Phenique? Whatever that pink stuff is.
God bless you.
Thanks. I put that on, didn't work. And then the rashes started turning into blood blisters. I would be at work having my whole hands wrapped up for a week. They just scarred and everything. Went to doctors. They're like, you're stressed. Just take up yoga. Like, are you kidding me? This is not just stress. Like, something is going on. And that's when I would self-diagnose myself and told the doctor. And I said,
like most women.
Yeah. And I know they say don't Google. That's the worst thing. But I was at this point. It happened several times. And I told the doctor, like, I wonder if I have this. And he read into it. He goes, you know what? We're going to send you to a dermatologist. Went to the dermatologist, and sure enough, he goes, yep, you have Stevens-Johnson syndrome, which in turn means I have to stay away from all NSAIDs, all the sulfas and that. And I was so terrified of getting it again, I cut it out of my dietary plan too. Anything that had sulfa in it, I would stay fully away because I didn't know at the moment in time if it was drug induced or if something just happened. And then over time, I found out it was the drugs, any kind of medicines. And we learned when I had to be on the Z-Pak, that triggered it. And if it happens, it's really within that first hour that it happens. And then I have to go to the ER and get on a bunch of Benadryl and all that fun stuff to clear it up. So in turn, you know, I've had that, and I have a bunch of other health stuff going on, and a lot of people don't understand. They think, your back hurts, or, oh, you just, you know, your knee hurts, or this or that. But it goes so much deeper than that. And maybe talking about it and making people aware, they'll have some better of understanding, not just thinking, oh, this person's just, you know, trying to.
You know, I think we all, after 30, I think we all walk around with shit that is ridiculous, but, you know, on the outside, you never know.
Yeah. I've tried to put on that whole game face, but, you know, I've broken down many a times already, and people don't see that. Therefore, it makes it harder for them to understand.
Yeah. Hey, Ryan, how you doing, brother?
Oh, hello, everybody. Happy Sunday.
Sunday fun day.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, what's going on for Sunday fun day? I know tomorrow. Yellowstone. I know tomorrow's Veterans Day, so I will not be going to work tomorrow.
Yes.
It's what time is it? It feels like it's it got dark like
I hate
18 hours ago.
It's half the time,
I
what,
feel
4
like
or 5 o'clock, and I'm thinking 11 o'clock time for bed, and we're ready to go to bed by 6 half the time.
That's ridiculous.
We're probably getting close to that time that I need to make dinner.
Oh, you're gonna make some
I
dinner?
got to make dinner, sir, for you and the son.
What you making?
Steak tacos.
I like the way that sounds.
Yes. Well, I appreciate you interviewing me tonight.
I appreciate you allowing me to and answering my questions.
Don't get used to it. I don't like being in the hot seat.
Oh, this could get so much funner.
Yeah, we're going to keep that lie detector test over there this time. Till next time.
I guess until next time.
Everybody enjoy watching Yellowstone, because I know we will tonight. At least I will. On that note, thank you for joining the Cat Shack show, and we will talk to you later.
Ciao, Bella, ciao.
Bella ciao. Oh, see? There goes the blonde. I can't even say it right.